Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My topic of presentation is depression among healthcare workers during COVID-19 pandemic in low and middle income countries, a systematic review and meta-analysis. My name is Dr. Khansa Junaid and I am PGI in Community Medicine Department, King Edward Medical University. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Learning outlines of this presentation is introduction, objective, methodology, results, conclusion. Introduction. The emergence of novel coronavirus severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2 or SARS-CoV-2 which causes coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 has substantially impacted healthcare system globally. The COVID-19 pandemic has generated a public health crisis worldwide. Frontline healthcare workers directly involved in diagnosing and treating COVID-19 patients may experience mental distress and other mental health concerns. The large number of confirmed and suspected cases, disproportionate workload, shortage of personal protective equipment, medication, extensive media attention, and feelings of insufficient assistance may predispose to emotional strain in healthcare workers. Depression symptoms include sadness and anxiety, guilt, anger, mood swings, irritability. Thoughts include self-criticism, impaired memory, indecisiveness, confusion, thoughts of death and suicide. In physical symptoms, it includes chronic fatigue, lack of energy, sleeping too much or too little, weight gain or loss, loss of motivation, substance abuse. Behavioral symptoms, the patient shows withdrawal from others, neglect of responsibilities, and changes in physical appearance. Prior studies have reported that healthcare workers feared for contagion and contamination of their family, friends, and colleagues. The COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in unprecedented psychological stress on healthcare workers, such as anxiety, fear, panic attacks, post-traumatic stress symptoms, psychological distress, stigma, avoidance of contact, depressive tendencies, sleep disturbances, hopelessness, interpersonal and isolation from family and social support. Thus, understanding shorter and long-term mental impacts on healthcare workers is important. This severe COVID-19 pandemic has caused spike in anxiety and depression among healthcare workers. And the data from January 2019 showed that the symptom of anxiety and distress is 8.2%, 28.2, 36.9, and the symptom of depressive disorder is 6.6, 24.4, 30.2%. And in from December 9 to 21 to 2020, there show a rise in symptoms of depression from 36.9 to 42.4%, and as the graph showed that from 2019 the prevalence of both anxiety and depression were increased from 24.4 to 33.9 and from 30.2 to 42.4%. And these are basically self-reported frequency of anxiety and depression, and these are derived from response to the first two questions of 8-item patient health questionnaire and 7-item generalized anxiety distress scale. Objective of this presentation actually is to examine or assess the prevalence of depression among healthcare workers facing the COVID-19 pandemic in low and middle income. Methodology. Search strategy used for this systematic review is preferred reporting items for systematic review and meta-analysis. Prisma protocol was used. The data source engine include PubMed, Embase, Medline, Google Scholar, which were used using following keywords: novel coronavirus, COVID-19, depression, mental health, healthcare workers, medical staff, healthcare professional, low and middle income countries. Study eligibility criteria: only observational studies, case control, cross-sectional cohort study published in English, reporting the prevalence of depression among healthcare workers, which include both medical and non-medical staff, using validated assessment method during COVID-19 pandemic in low and middle income countries. Broad terms such as psychological distress were excluded as they are difficult to quantify. Also, post-traumatic stress disorder were also excluded at its onset can. Two authors independently identify records published until 30 May 2020. Study obtained after primary literature search were inserted into EndNote X8 software. After removing duplicates, two researchers independently reviewed the text and selected the qualifying study. Any disagreement between researchers was resolved in discussion. Data extraction and quality assessment. Data extracted from each article by two reviews independently include study type, total number of participants, participation rate, prevalence of depression, number of male and female participants, assessment methods and their cutoff as well as total number. The risk of bias of cross-section study were assessed using a modified form of modified Newcastle-Ottawa scale quality assessment criteria. Total quality score ranged between 0 and 5. Studies scoring more than 3 points were regarded as having low risk of bias compared to the study assessed with less than 3 points were regarded as having risk of bias. Data synthesis and analysis. For the purpose of analysis, MedCalc statistical software version 19.3 was utilized. The I-scale index was also investigated among heterogeneity among the studies, and the I-scale of less than 25% indicate low heterogeneity, 25 to 75% indicate moderate, and high heterogeneity was indicated by more than 75%. The random effect model was utilized to perform the meta-analysis. Subgroup analysis was also done in the following categories: gender and professional group. Our main outcome was the prevalence P, confidence interval CI, and percentage prevalence of depression among healthcare workers. Results. After deduplication and screening, 11 studies with total of 2,500,413 participants were included in the analysis. All of the studies are cross-sectional in nature and reported on the prevalence of depression. A Prisma detailing about the retrieval process include total 55 studies were retrieved through various search engines include Medline, PubMed, Google Scholar. After removing the duplicates from 9 studies, total screen were 46%. Then further removing letter to editor commentaries and book 15 exclude the only full text article assessed for eligibility is 31%, and also applying the exclusion criteria. Inclusion-exclusion criteria, the only 11 studies were left in quantitative analysis, synthesis or meta-analysis. Table 1 shows pooled prevalence of depression, which shows the studies, sample size of various studies, prevalence, 95% confidence interval. It shows that the total population of all studies is 25,413 and the pooled prevalence of depression is 30.2% among healthcare workers, and the weightage given by all studies either through fixed or random fact was 100%. Crest plot is also drawn which indicate the weightage given by each study in analysis. It is indicated by center square and lines which indicate the 95% confidence interval, and center indicate the width of width or point estimate or weight given each study in meta-analysis. Our result indicate that most of the study give maximum weightage because the most of the squares show maximum width. Below there is a diamond which indicate overall point estimate of all overall or pool prevalence of all studies included in the meta-analysis. Subgroup analysis of depression prevalence indicate that the prevalence of depression was higher among female, which is 46.5%, as compared to male, which is 44.1%. And in healthcare workers group, the prevalence of depression was higher among doctors, which is 37.0%, as compared to non-doctors, which is 30.4%. In both groups, the heterogeneity was more than 75%, which showed that the maximum heterogeneity was observed both in gender and in healthcare worker groups. These include the characteristics of study participants, which include study population, area joining, nurses prevalence, other assessment methods used in each study, cutoff values, and depression prevalence. These include the ATOVA quality assessment scale and total score of each studies. Our results indicate that most of the study have more than 3 scores, which indicate that low risk of bias among studies. Conclusion. In summary, we find that depression is common among healthcare workers during COVID-19 pandemic in low and middle income countries. Our findings point to importance of screening of this vulnerable population and take appropriate interventional measures to prevent the complication of depression. Finding can help to quantify staff support needs and inform tailored intervention under such COVID-19 pandemic condition that enhance resilience and mitigate. These are my and thank you.